So hello, my name is Thierry. I'm going to talk about the project called Connecting the Dots. So in this slide, I'm gonna talk about the overview of this project, whereby the first is how globalization factors led to the spread of some diseases. The second is how globalization trade factor led to the spread of some non-communicable diseases. The third is how globalization communication factor led to the spread of some diseases like diabetes and obesity. And the fourth is international travel and the trade factors of globalization contributed to the spread of HIV and AIDS. And another is globalization facilitation of transport, a way which spread HIV and AIDS. And the last point is how globalization has changed the method needed to control diseases, providing at least three examples. So with the first point, I'm gonna talk about how globalization factors lead to the spread of some diseases. So from the last 50 years, the countries all over the world started a negotiation about how they can remove the barriers so as to liberate trade. This is because in those years, every country was like independent to the economy. It means there was no free trade. So these negotiations were successful to mean that some of the barriers between the countries were removed. So there was the free trade on different goods and services. Some of those goods and services that are risky to people's health. Those goods are like tobacco, alcohol, and so on. So the goods and services can lead to some epidemics, you know, especially the non-communicable diseases like heart attack, like tuberculosis sometimes, like and so on, like stroke and so on. So WHO estimates death from tobacco abuse will reach to 10 million a year in the next 2 decades. This is very dangerous. Up to 70% of these deaths will be caused by NCDs or non-communicable diseases like lung cancer, like cardiovascular diseases, lung diseases, diabetes, and other more. So those health issues will be mostly found in the developing countries because those are like a target of those different market. Even for some goods which are banned in some developed countries, those risks are not highly expected in developed countries since they set laws and policy which can against the advertisement of those goods which can lead to the harmful to the harmfulness of people like cigarettes, tobacco, and so on. How globalization trade factor lead to the spread of some uncommunicable diseases. So the spread of alcohol was also increased by globalization and it puts lives in danger because there are some of the countries in which there was no much alcohol, no much like alcohol. Some of the very strong alcohol which contain a high concentration of alcohol. This is because alcohol can lead to the dangerous diseases like liver cirrhosis, some cancers, injuries, because someone who excessively consume alcohol can lose control and can fall down wherever he is, and he can just of course meet with the injuries which can lead him to die. So again, the WHO has estimated that by 2029, communicable diseases such as cancers, diabetes, obesity, and cardiovascular diseases will cause about a two-thirds of global disease burden. Means it is all like more than the half because 2/3 it is a huge number. Means these non-communicable diseases are like the diseases which lead people to die, most of people all over the world, according to the estimation of WHO. So there were 151 million cases of diabetes worldwide in 2001, and this was estimated to increase by 46% to 2,021 million cases in 2010. You can see in only 9 years, The estimation showed that the debit will increase of or for 46%, which is very dangerous. So the key factor of this health risk is the increase of global food trade. The transnational companies, I mean those companies which operate in many countries all over the world, carries out the aggressive marketing strategies. Maybe they make their marketing and advertisement via different social media, even in the mass media like television, radio, and social media like Facebook, WhatsApp, and so on. Those advertisements encourage people to take the fast food, and remember, in those fast food there are many sugar, there are many fats, which can lead to the heart attack. Which is very dangerous. So, yeah. Okay, this slide so international travel and the trade factors of globalization contributed to the spread of HIV/AIDS. So HIV/AIDS is a viral and infectious disease. It means it is caused by virus and it can affect one person to another one. However, if someone is affected by this disease, he can be affected by NCDs. Like this is like the other symptoms, if I can say, of HIV/AIDS. So the first HIV/AIDS was examined in 1980. From then, it affected 60 million people all over the world. So this was caused by global movement of people, because one person can move from one area with that virus and arriving in the other area with the same virus, then it can be just easy to affect another person. So it was easy for people to come from one country to another country. So some of the HIV positive could freely move from one corner of the world to another corner. Then once they make sex, or once they can make accident, they can do, there are different ways of transmission. Then those ways can be easily applicable to the one person all over the world because of free movement. So this is why some African countries are vulnerable of these diseases. Those countries are like Nigeria and Ethiopia. They have a big number of people who are affected by HIV/AIDS. Means those are the African countries that which are like vulnerable to that disease. So Russia is the first country all over the world which have many persons who are affected by this epidemic, if I can say. China also has many people who are affected by this epidemic. Officially, 850,000 people in China are affected by HIV/AIDS. A table below on the other slide is going to show us different regions all over the world which are affected by HIV/AIDS. International travel and the trade factors of globalization contribute to the spread of HIV. This table is going to show different regions and the people who live in that region who are affected by HIV in certain years. So for example, let's take the example of people living with HIV in 2018 in Eastern and Southern Africa are 20.6 million. You can see. So again, those people of course, in 2018, who lived with HIV in Latin America are 1.9 million. Again, on the other right side, you can see the percentage of pregnant women accessing anti 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 antiviral medicines to prevent mother-to-child transmission are like in East and South Africa are 92%. You can see this table. This is like a summary. You can see it shows different region and the people who live there in terms of percentage or in terms of their number, then who are affected and who take medicine or who access the medicine to prevent their children, or of course to prevent themselves. Okay. So on this slide, I'm gonna. So how globalization has changed the methods needed to control diseases. how globalization has changed the methods needed to control disease, providing at least three examples. So vaccination, for example, first there was the vaccination and immunization. Some of the major international health initiatives are there to look for some of the strong diseases, and they look for their vaccination and their immunization so that maybe they can ban or they can protect people from being affected by those diseases. So they are in charge of those again. Globalization made it possible to get the health services from a distance. For now, a person, due to technology, a person from far away can just operate a given person who is in another country, even if they are not physically together, but also they can make the diagnosis, they can make the radiology, they can make the telemedicine tools, they can of course buy medicine from another country by using online market. They can do that. This is how health issue is issued across borders. Also, global health organization set some global health alert and response operation to other global diseases. This is the way they can determine whether the disease have the gravity which can affect the world at a certain level all over. These help to know how much effort the world can invest. After knowing that a given disease reaches at a certain level or can put the whole world in dangers, then the whole world the global health organization then can sit together and say, oh, we can just do this and this, we can invest such kind of force or effort in order to prevent this or in order to fight against this disease. This is how globalization has changed the methods needed to control disease. Thank you very much. This is the end of my presentation.